Hello, boys and girls. Hello, students. And of course, hello, families. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Magic Storytelling Time with UNF's First Lady, Maria Szymanski. That's me. We're so happy that you're here to join us for another exciting story. So now I'm going to get my book. I'm going to get my book. Today's book is called The Snowy Day. The Snowy Day. We all love to see snow coming down. The Snowy Day. And it's written by Ezra Jack Keats. And on the side of the book, in the very front cover, I want you to see something special about this book. It is a Caldecott metal book. And that means it's a distinguished book. It's a very important, popular book. That's why I chose it. That's why I chose it, because it's a fabulous book with a gold medal, with a gold medal. And as you can see in the front of the book on the cover, there our main character, Peter. It looks like he's walking in snow. It looks like the setting is outside. We can tell that by the lights, the traffic light. That's the story, the setting where the story took place. And Peter is the main character. They're going to talk about Peter a lot. So I've got a special guest. Do you want to meet my special guest? All right, let's see. He goes with snow. He goes with snow. Boys and girls, students, this is my snowman. Hi, boys and girls, students and families. I'm a little snowman, and I like to be out in the winter snow. Even though it's cold, look at me. I'm all dressed for snow. I have my hat. I have my scarf, with little fringes. Somebody did a little cutout snowflakes just to put on me. There were rocks outside, and they put 2 rocks for my eyes. They went in their kitchen and they found a carrot nose. And they put a carrot nose on me, a long carrot nose. And I'm a smiley one. I'm a happy one. And they put little stones around my mouth. And if you go on the snow, you have to have your mittens. You have to have your mittens. Don't forget. And your snow boots. And your snow boots. Dress warm. All right. You're going to see me during the story and at the end of the story. So I have something to tell you before Miss Szymanski starts reading. At the end of the story, at activity time, I am going to ask some questions from Peter, and I'm going to ask you. So pay attention, and what to look for is this. Words that start with certain W's. Questions like who, what, when, where, and why. So stay tuned. Mr. Mans gets to read her story. Stay tuned. All right. Boys and girls, here is Peter. He's the main character. He has his winter hat on, his orange winter suit, gloves, and boots. So here we go. The snowy day. My necklace today, if you're wondering, it kind of sparkles. It sparkles like snow and glitter outside where the sun is shining. And if you want to, and snowflakes, it has designs like snowflakes. I wore it for you because the book has some pictures of snowflakes. And if you have any colored paper at home, you can ask your families, how about if we cut out some snowflakes? That'd be a great activity. So here we go, the snowy day. One winter morning, Peter woke up. I'm up, I'm up, I'm up, and looked out the window. He peeked and he peeked and he peeked and he peeked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything that he could see. You can see his bedroom, his bed, and he's just peeking out the window. Everything is covered, everything with white, beautiful snow. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit. You see this orange snowsuit? And he ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a walking path along the side. So it was a walking path. You could hear him as he walked. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank, they sank, and they sank, and they sank in the snow. Crunch, 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 crunch. He walked with his toes pointing out like this. Look at the shape. And then he walked with his toes pointing in like that. There he is. Making a crunch, crunch, crunch sound. Now down, when he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks, I want you to look at that. He's dragging his feet slowly. It looks like train tracks. That's what he did. And he found something sticking out of the snow that made, instead of 2 tracks with his feet, it had 3 tracks. So I want you to use your imagination. What could be making the 3 tracks? We know the 2 are with his feet. Let's see what made him have 3 tracks. It was, let's see what you think. You keep thinking of some ideas that made the 3rd track. All right, keep those in your head. It was a stick. It was a stick. Look at Peter holding that stick. He was holding it while he made the 3rd track. And a stick that was just right for smacking and smacking a snow-covered tree. It was the right length as he smacked and he smacked and he smacked on that tree. Now I want you to think, as he's smacking and smacking and smacking that snow with a stick, what might happen now? We're making some predictions. Okay, keep thinking what you think might happen. Let's see if it matches the story, or you might come up with a better idea. Down fell the snow. Plop on top of Peter's head. The snow fell on top of my head. He keeps walking and walking. This time you only see his footprints, no stick, just his footprints. I don't know which direction he's going, but he's walking. So he made a smiling snowman. I made a smiling snowman. I had to bring the snowman in here again. This one's smiling. I made a smiling snowman, and he made angels in the snow by laying down and swishing his arms and feet and legs back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He was so proud of his snowman. He was so proud of his snow angels. He felt very, very happy. His heart felt very, very happy. That's how he felt. Let's see. Turn the page. Wow. He pretended he was a mountain climber. Look at this mountain, how it goes way, way up, and it's covered with snow. And he pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big tall heaping mountain of snow, and slid down all the way down, and slid all the way down, all the way down. And he was having so much fun. He was spreading his arms out and he was going, wee, 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 I love this. I'm a great mountain climber. Wee, wee, wee. So you can see how happy he was. He picked up a handful of snow. He picked it up, picking up a handful of snow, picking up a handful of snow, and another still, and another, and another, and another. And he made it round, and he made it so firm by squeezing and squeezing it and squeezing it. And you know what he did? He put the snowball in his pocket. Put it right in his pocket. Right in his pocket. Okay? I want you to remember that part. He kept it in there, he said. I'm going to keep it in my pocket until tomorrow. Then he went into his warm, warm house where his mama was there. And he told his mom about all his adventures. Can you imagine everything he said to her? The snow was wonderful. I got to stick and hit snowballs. He told her all about his adventures for the day. And his mom, well, she took off his wet socks. See his socks? He has blue socks. She takes the socks off. All right, I took your little blue socks off. I took your little blue socks off. And he's still telling her about his adventures. And he thought and he thought and he thought while he was taking a bath in the big pink bathtub. And he had bubbles too. Yeah, Peter loved bubbles. He blew some little bubbles and medium-sized bubbles and big bubbles, just like the snowman he made. Like when you make a snowman, you can have a small head, a bigger tummy, and whatever size you want. So he blew bubbles, different sizes, and he still thought about his adventure. He thought about his adventure. Now, before he got into bed, look at him. He picked up his coat, his orangey coat, and he started to put his hand in the coat and look in his pocket, because he remembered he put something in there. His pocket, he put his hand right in there. Let me get the other side too. Maybe it's on this side. Maybe it's on that side. Maybe I put it on this side. Maybe I put it. There was nothing except the material. There was nothing that he put in there in his pocket. It was not there. The snowball that he put in his pocket was not there. It was not there. He felt very, very sad. that his snowball was not in his pocket where he put it the day before. He was sad. Now he went to sleep, feeling sad. While he slept, he dreamed that the sun, this is what he did. He dreamed. That word, boys and girls, says dream. It begins with the letter D. He dreamed and he dreamed and he dreamed and he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. I'm melting all the snow away. That's what he dreamed. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. He dreamed that the sun melted the snow, but when he woke up, he said, no, that was just a dream. The snow was still everywhere. The snow was falling. Look, the snow, that was just a dream that it melted. He looked out the window. The snow is everywhere. It did not melt. It was falling. Look at that snow falling and falling and falling and falling while Peter looks out with his pajamas. After breakfast, he called to his friend. He had a friend. They don't tell us a friend's name. He called out across the hall, and they went together into the deep, if you can see them, he called them out, and they went out into the deep, deep snow. Peter with his orange jacket and his friend with a black jacket. And they started different kinds of adventures. Different kinds of adventures. So that's the end of our story. The Snowy Day. It won a great medal because it's a very fun, well-written story. So that's the end of my story.